politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Bellows Falls and Keene, and welcome to the feed. It's Mike. Marty's still on vacation. We're here today with Sarah Mann, who's graciously come on with very short notice and has been an amazing guest before she's even started being a guest.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Sarah's going to be talking about the medieval fair coming up at the grammar school this weekend. But first, local events. On a news issue, we have. Last night, there was a vote in town for the bond issues, and they both passed. So now we're getting a new roof for Town Hall, and they're contributing to the construction of the Meeting House. This weekend at the Bellows Falls Opera House, we have Roof Man, which is based on a true story. It's, I guess, a thief who ended up robbing a McDonald's, but then stayed in a Toys R Us. And so it's a comedy, obviously. Channing Tatum is starring with Kirsten Dunst. This week's classic movie is on a Halloween theme. We have Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, a sort of a witch-themed movie. Should be pretty good. Let's see. And then the big event this weekend is one of the big events this weekend, let's say that, is the Flannel Festival. Saturday and Sunday is going to be the Rockingham Hill Farm. We're going to be doing the Flannel Festival with pie contests and vendors and just live music, everything. We have a little video here in a minute. Remember the pie contest. I hope everybody signs up for that. You have to have your pies done by, I think, 12:30 on Saturday. Judging is going to start at 1. Lots of good pies, so get in there and try that.
Are you entering a pie?
I am.
Ooh, what you got?
I'm thinking about doing a fruit tart, but I haven't quite decided. Last weekend I did a rehearsal and I did a peach tart. That was really pretty good. So.
And who gets to reap the rewards of your rehearsals? Do you eat them all yourself?
Yes. Our family ate.
Oh, good. good.
Yes.
That's so fun.
On the 30th, we're going to have a haunted house at the Opera House downstairs. So check that out. We're going to have some people coming on next week to talk about that.
There's 2 different times. They have an earlier run for the little kids and then a later run that's a little spookier for the
neat.
bigger
I didn't realize
kids.
that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I saw it on Facebook. My kids are very excited.
Oh, really? They're going to...
Yeah, we're going to do the earlier one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm excited to hear more about that next week.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're moving on. We're going to have, we were supposed to have Amy here this week, but we didn't, and so we have a video instead.
Flannel Festival, which I know Amy is very excited for, and she is actively gearing up for it. And I think it's going to be another fantastic year. So.
Oh, I think it's really amazing. I think it's going to be better than even in the past. She's done so much stuff. She's got the Civil Air Patrol coming to do the parking so that they have it all, because that's always one of the issues is people come, and if you don't have people really working on the parking, you run out of spaces quickly.
Absolutely.
But I guess they've gone in and done they've actually mapped out the area with GIS software.
Wow.
And then have the Civil Air Patrol coming in from Springfield, Rutland, and Bennington, and they're going to manage all the parking and the traffic and stuff like that. So it should be really a much more organized event than it's ever been. And I'm just amazed at the work she's done.
That's fantastic.
yeah.
So all the joy from the years past without any of the headaches of not having to struggle
hopefully,
with
yeah.
the parking. That's
I
so
mean,
fantastic.
Yeah, and she's really sort of, there were some things that happened in the past that were sort of like, they sort of happened. They were like acoustic bands over here
Right.
and then electric. Now she has it set up formally. So there's an acoustic stage and then a more amplified stage. So they don't interfere with each other. Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
That's
and
really
the witches
exciting.
are coming back on Sunday. I don't know what day you're going, but
Delightful.
Yeah.
I will be there Sunday. I will be tied up Saturday.
yeah,
An
we're
event we'll
going to have
talk
to
about
talk
in just a
about
minute.
that in
Yeah.
a minute. But anyway.
The witches on Sunday. That
Yeah,
sounds exciting.
and I can't remember whether it's called a gathering of witches or whatever, but there's like, I want to say 30 witches that come, and they're all dressed up, and they all have their, their brooms, and they dance around, and they do some
Fun.
little things. And
My
it's-
daughter's going to be a witch for Halloween this year. Maybe we'll bust out the costume
There
early.
you go. Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
join the
that's cool.
fun. Always fun with things like that.
Yeah, so that's on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
And Sunday is supposed to be fantastic from what I heard from the weather. Yesterday they were saying it could be in the 70s. So, beautiful, bust out a beautiful fall day,
Absolutely.
colors, great food. That should be really good.
Get to enjoy the sunshine
Yeah.
in beautiful southern Vermont.
That's right.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Well, we have another southern Vermont tradition that I am very excited to talk about, and you can probably tell from the crown. We have a bit of a theme for our event, and so we have the medieval fair at the grammar school in Putney, Vermont. And that's going to be on Saturday, September 18th, or October 18th, coming right up this weekend from 10 to 3.
okay.
And it's our 37th annual medieval fair. The school is celebrating its 65th anniversary this year. So the grammar school was founded in 1960. So this will be our 65th graduating class coming through this year. And this is our 37th fair.
Yeah, that's just an amazing tradition. Tell me a little bit about the school, though. Why was it established in Putney, and what does
Absolutely.
it do? And
Sure. So the grammar school, I can share a picture. This gives you an idea of our campus in Putney. And so we have a 60-acre campus in Putney, and it wasn't originally founded to be this big. That wasn't the original
really?
idea. Yeah. It was originally started because it was a collection of local families who they had some educators in the mix. Some of the parents were teachers themselves, and some of them were just parents who really wanted the best for their kids, and they were finding that traditional public school offerings weren't meeting the needs in quite the way they were hoping for. And then we also had a couple of families who crossed town lines. We had a family in Westminster and a family in Putney, and they wanted their
interesting.
kids to go to school together. And so they said, we can't find that as an option. What if we made that as an option? And they came together and they hired some wonderful teachers. And it started as a very homegrown sort of effort, founded by their passion and their sense of community. And that's something that we have carried through in different iterations and different imaginings of it for 65 years now. And that, those things really hold true about TGS, is that it continues to be built by and for the community who is there to enjoy it and appreciate it and make it what it is. And it's children who come together and grow up together in the school from preschool all the way through 8th grade. They're in the class together. And then we also get new students. Almost every year in almost every grade, we have somebody join because they've moved to the area or because they're looking
They've
for
heard of
something
it or-
new.
yeah.
Exactly. And so we have students who join at every different stage, and they are so welcomed into the community, and they, the kids make friends and assimilate so quickly. And it's just such a beautiful thing to see the community aspect and the kind of creating it yourself and having that real sense of pride and ownership and community.
neat. And you're sort of carrying that tradition on, right? Or aren't you relatively new to the school as an administrator, but
Yes.
were a parent before?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Tell me about that path.
Absolutely. So my daughter joined the grammar school in pre-K. She's now in second grade, so this is her fourth year at the school. And from the moment that I looked at the website, from the moment I stepped foot on the campus for my daughter's tour, I just fell in love with the place and the feeling of what it was like to be there. It felt like what you want childhood to feel like. It's a little bit wild and free and wonderful, and the curiosity of childhood is so preserved and enriched and nourished, and kids are really seen for the individuals that they are. And they're, because of the small class sizes, teachers are able to really meet the students where they are and create a learning journey that student responds to and that kind of adapts to who that student is. And so it's a really beautiful thing. I think we have another photo in here that I will see if I can find. This shows Alicia, our first grade teacher.
Oh.
And she's out just exploring in one of the vernal pools on the campus with some of the students. But it's very much that experiential learning and learning from the world around you and really going out. And so things, leave the workbook or the textbook and the lessons really come to life. And it's a really beautiful thing to watch. And I was so inspired by it and so moved. And my background is in marketing and branding. And I saw all of these beautiful stories happening at the grammar school. And I thought, these stories need to get out
Yes,
into the world.
definitely.
And so I'm really excited to be here today to
Oh,
tell
good.
the story. And so thanks for asking me to be
Yeah.
part of this.
So you're the director of advancement.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That's a great
What does
question.
a director of advancement do?
So a director of advancement is a title that you see often in independent schools, and my role encompasses both development, which is the fundraising side of things, and then also the marketing efforts,
Oh.
so getting the word out about the school. So those are two things that I'm really passionate about, is doing the development work to help raise money to make sure that this school can be here and strong for another 65 years,
Yeah.
so that more and more families can come and fall in love with the campus and fall in love with the community.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the medieval fair and the
Yes.
actual specifics of it, because it looks
Absolutely.
really magical to me.
The fair is magic is absolutely the right word. So the fair is absolutely a magical experience, and we are really excited to be able to offer it. It has been running, as I said, for 37 years, and this was one where it originally started as a mummers play, a traditional mummers play. And the older students would put the play on for the younger students. And that's one of the really nice blended things that we get at the school is we do buddy activities where the 8th grade has a buddy in the 3rd grade, and they do things together.
okay.
And there's really this connected sense. When my daughter walks into her now 2nd grade classroom, she has 6th graders that are like, "Oh, Ellie's here," and they run out and give her a hug, and it's a really beautiful
Yeah.
thing. So the mummers play was started. The older kids would perform it for the younger kids, and after a few years of having that as an annual tradition, there became the idea to add a medieval feast in addition to to enhance the mummers play. And so we had the play and the medieval feast, and then we had a family in the community who came up with the idea of doing the dragon zip line ride, which we
Which
have a
looks really
video of
amazing.
here. And so you can see.
They're flying!
And then it comes right back, and it stops just about that hay bale, and they get to dismount.
Oh.
So that's the dragon zip line ride, and that was the brainchild of one of the parents in the community, and they said, if we're doing this medieval thing, what if we added this ride? And then the fair was born. And since then, we've had rides built by wonderful directors of facilities at the school. We've had rides and attractions donated and contributed by families, and it continues to be that way.
Right. So how
Last
many-
year, oh, go ahead.
How many rides are there? Will there be this
Great
weekend?
question. How many rides there are? So we have a bunch of different attractions. So some of the
Let's talk about
highlights
that.
that I can kind of run through is we have the Dragon Zip Line. And then we have Sir Lancelot's Ride. So let me find that one here for you. And it looks like we'll pull that one up separately. So we have Sir Lancelot's Ride. We have a new feature this year, which is last year the school installed a 40-foot hillside slide that's built right into the side of the hill. And so it runs right down. And we're going to build a dragon's lair at the top and cover the slide in fabric. So it's going to be a covered like tunnel experience. So Sir Lancelot's horse, as I was describing, is another one. It's a horse that you ride that goes along zip lines, and you have a javelin, and you try to get the javelin to go through the rings, and that's how you get the points. And then last year we introduced an apple slingshot, which my husband built, inspired by one at Allison's Orchard in Walpole. And so you fire the apple slingshot at targets down the targets. Yeah, there's targets, and there's a crown that falls down, and if you knock down the crown, you get a prize from the Kingslayer's board, which is it's a noble and prestigious honor at the fair. And speaking of honors at the fair, you can go on a Knight's Quest, and if you check off all the items on the Knight's Quest, which you get with the program when you enter, you get to go up to the king and queen of the fair and be knighted. And you receive a special prize. And so that's always a really fun tradition. We have the rock climbing wall, which is an enormous rock climbing wall. Then we have experienced belayers who will belay your child as they climb all the way up. So they are harnessed. We have archery. We will have a bouncy castle this year, which is very exciting. We have Vermont Armored Combat coming out to do some demonstrations. And so they're wearing the full armor. In a slightly less intimidating, we have the Fight a Night, where we have a fencing instructor who comes in and he parries with the kids.
Neat.
And then you get points if you're able to score on the knight. And as you can see, obviously, the weapons are very family friendly.
Yes. Well, on that note, though, Vermont Armored Combat does another set where they have all foam weapons, and I've seen some of their demonstrations where they have kids come out and use the foam weapons on the armored guys. So it's pretty cool.
It's wonderful. They are a wonderful organization, and everybody it's a huge hit at the fair. They're going to have 2 performances this year. And so you'll have a chance, twice in the day to swing by and sit down and take in a demonstration. And they're great with questions, they're great with the crowd, and they're always a hit. Yeah. So we are thrilled to have them back.
I thought I saw a picture of a catapult in there. Was that too?
Yes. Okay, so that's a great one that we can get this little video.
Part about the medieval fair is the candy catapult.
And that's Ollie from our pre-K class this
so
year. And he's talking about his favorite attraction at the fair is the Candy Catapult, which is a really popular one. So it's enormous, this catapult.
Looked big.
And they fill the basket with tennis balls, and the tennis balls are cut open, and there's candy inside each tennis ball. And so then they fling the tennis balls, and the kids all get to run and get them. And one of my favorite things to watch, and I feel like it's really emblematic of the spirit of TGS, which is what we call the grammar school for short, is as you watch the balls get launched, the older kids wait a minute, and they make sure that all the younger kids really have a chance to get one. And if there is if there is a situation where somebody got a bunch, they look around and they redistribute as needed, which is really beautiful to see.
So it sounds like there must be like a ceremony at the end there with food or a dinner. And
so we have food on site. And so we have had different iterations of food on site in the past. This year, we are excited that we are having hot dogs, hamburgers, mac and cheese. We have a tremendous amount of baked goods. Yeah. And so we're going to have a lot of different options for food. So people should absolutely bring their appetites because there is medieval feasting throughout the day. It's not just a single event. So you can kind of make it work for when works for your family. We also have a popcorn machine on site. And then when you're done eating, we have an entire marketplace and a whole bunch of other activities that aren't along the like rides and games side of things. We're
Sort
going to
of
have
like a market.
exactly.
Yeah,
So we have a marketplace for shopping where we have a lot of handcrafted goods. We have a couple of different vendors who come in and they're bringing their own handcrafted goods. And then we also have an apothecary where kids can go and make their own potions that get sealed in a jar that you wear on a necklace. We have a take and make craft station where kids can do crafting. We have face painting. We're going to have hair feathers and hair tinsel this year, so you'll be able to get those. And so there's a whole bunch of things to do in between when you're trying out the rides. And then, of course, it's on our school campus, and so there's 60 acres of trails to explore. You can play on the playground, and it's a really wonderful, I mean, my kids come with us to help set up, and they're there until we're taking it down. You know, they'll spend 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then they'll be sad. It's time to go home.
Yeah, quite the event. So there must be a queen and a king then, right? And
Yes,
a court?
we do. We do have a king and a queen, and we've often had dancing that happens at the royal court, and we have, you know, organized times where we bring everybody up and we do a dance together that's really fun. And so we do have a king and queen this year. Our king of the fair is Hop, our 7th grade teacher. He's our 7th grade homeroom and then also teaches 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science. And he has been teaching at the grammar school. I believe this is his 20th year at the grammar school. And the queen of the fair this year is Tori, who is one of our 2 head teachers for the pre-K. And Tori has been queen in the past, and so I don't think we have a picture here handy, but I can get you guys one that you can cut in, and we'll have a picture of Tori and Hop in the king and queen station.
Great. So let's go back over the where is the Putney? Like if I were leaving Bellows Falls or Brattleboro, how would I find the grammar school?
It's great. So it's a great question because as you saw from the picture of our campus, we do have quite the bucolic country setting. So you're not really going to be in the middle of the hubbub, but it's not too hard to get to. So either from the north or the south, you can take 91 and you're going to get off at exit 4, and then you truly can follow the signs to the fair. You're going to get off at the exit, and we will have a couple of signs in downtown Putney that point you in the right direction. But you come up Kimball Hill Road past the general store, keep going, and then you'll eventually pass a horse farm on your left. And after that, you make your next left turn, and that will be on Hickory Ridge Road. And then you'll see the signs for the grammar school right there on your left.
Wonderful. So let's see. We're almost out of time. Do you need volunteers? Are there anything you would want to say, like if you want to do this, or any pitch you would like to make for the last
Absolutely. I love that question. Thank you so much. So the first thing I would say is if you are considering coming to the fair, I would encourage you to be as festive as you wish to be. So we do have some folks who will dress up for the fair. We have lots of princesses and other royal attire. We also have folks who like to dress as dragons. We have my son will be coming as a knight this year. So there are lots of options to dress up. We also do have some photo booth opportunities. So even if you don't bring your own costume, you can still appear as a knight or a princess. And as far as your question about volunteers, we are always happy to have people who wish to become involved in putting on the fair. We like to say it takes a village to raise a fair.
Yeah.
And so if we have, if there are folks out in the community who are artists or vendors or event organizers or bakers who want to become involved in supporting the school, we're very happy to have help and support from those people. If there are businesses in the community who wish to support and sponsor the fair, we do have recognition opportunities for businesses, and we do have some wonderful business sponsors who have been year over year absolutely fantastic to sponsor the fair. And so we are always happy to hear from local area businesses if you want to donate products or if you want to sponsor the fair financially.
Yeah.
We were happy to have that.
So it's a wonderful networking opportunity also.
It really is. Yeah, because we have over 1,300 people come through the fair last year. And so that's local southern Vermont and New Hampshire, a little bit of northwest Massachusetts. area families, parents, grandparents, educators. It's a wonderful audience to get your business name in front of.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of local area businesses that have been fantastic and enthusiastic supporters.
So is there a website or a Facebook page?
Absolutely. So the website for the school is thegrammarschool.org. And we do, if you go to thegrammarschool.org/medieval-fair, that should pull up the Medieval Fair page directly. But otherwise, if you go to the Grammar School
you can
site
just-
under news and events, our calendar of events lists the Medieval Fair, and you can buy tickets right online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I guess that's about it for this week. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think so.
We did well. I can't believe it went by so fast. You were a wonderful guest.
Oh, thank you
I
so
hope-
much for having me.
I hope you'll come back and talk more in depth about the grammar school and
I
what.
would love to.
Oh, great. Oh, good. Well, until next week, we'll see you from the feed. Bye,
Thank
community.
you so much.
My God,